Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the Faithful Doula podcast. On today's episode, I'm going to be discussing the importance of a doula. I'm going to go over why I think it's valuable to hire a doula and why research recommends having a doula. I hope you enjoy. If you are on YouTube, you're going to be seeing that I've changed some things. I'm going to see if this is a great location to set up my camera. I didn't get to do the podcast or the YouTube in front of light, and my partner decided to get me this lamp and set me up here. So thank you, baby, if you watch this. He's in the other room. He's in the other room waiting for me to finish this episode. But I just wanted to see if this will work, if this light works. If not, I'll change it up. But I wanted to change it up a little bit. And also it's raining, so I didn't get any of that natural light going. So I want to know if this is a good alternative. So let me know what you think. Natural light or, a ring light. Let me know what you think. What is the importance of having a doula? First things first is it all depends on if you want that extra support. Some people don't want an extra body in the room. Some people rather it just be your partner and yourself. But I truly believe having a doula just makes everything that much easier. It's that extra support. It's the knowledge that you are given when you hire a doula. It is the advocacy that you learn to have for yourself, because again, if you heard my past podcast, I don't speak for you. I, in a sense, teach you how to speak for yourself. I show you the power that you already had is there, and I'm just there to resurface it, not to give it to you or anything. It's there. Some people forget that they have a power, they have a say in their birth preferences. So as a doula, or having a doula, it just increases those chances of knowing your voice and knowing you have a voice. Another reason why I think it's important is because we are a calm anchoring source. We give that anxiety that you usually have a bit to a rest. And some people need that. Those people that have high anxiety or fear and things like that, and just need that extra presence to calm them down. That's what we're there for. We're there to calm your nerves, to let you know, hey, it's okay. And also when you go to a hospital birth, or you go to a person, depending on where you're going, you're changing environments, and you're going from somewhere you're really comfortable at, which is your home, and you're entering somewhere where there's going to be strange faces. And sometimes having that support system follow you and have like a non-biased opinion, being there to support you, having that familiar face is just very calming to have. I was listening to another podcast, and I love learning, so I'm always going to be listening to other podcasts. But this podcast talked about this couple who wanted a doula, but because they were going to be traveling, they didn't know if hiring a doula would be smart for them, because they didn't know if they can bring the doula with them. So they decided not to have one with them. She told the host at the end, like, we regret not having a doula because you don't know the value of a doula until you need one. And that's sadly how it is. That's why I'm here to let you know, hey, hiring a doula can be beneficial, can be very beneficial for you. And you won't know that until you're in it. And then it's too late. Go out there, interview some doulas, see if even a doula is what you want. When you interview doulas, you'll realize, we don't really need that. And that's totally okay. If you don't need it, that's totally okay. Or maybe you'll find a really cool doula and be like, wow, I want her in my birth team. Like, I think she brings a lot to the table. I think that I'm going to need her presence there. Things like that. So again, it is a personal preference on if you want a doula or not. But I think it's valuable in more ways than one. I think it's just support, knowledge. it's physical touch, because for me, for instance, I love physical touch. So if you're a person that likes to be shown love by physical touch, I'm all yours. I like massaging, I like rubbing your back, making sure you're comfortable. I'm there. If you don't want anyone to speak and just, touch your back or rub your arm or whatever, I'm the gal for you. So it all depends on what you want as a laboring person. At the end of the day, we are there for your preferences. Now I'm going to be going over the research behind having a doula. You can either find this on the WHO website, which is World Health Organization, or you can find it at Evidence-Based Birth, which is what doulas always send out information from, because this is a person that her whole career is finding evidence when it comes to pregnant women, laboring women, postpartum women. Her whole career is based off of research and just making sure we have all the information needed. It's not just a biased opinion, it's facts, statistics. So I'll read off of what it says, but I'll put it in the description below, but you can find this information on Evidence-Based Birth. What is the research that has been found in overall when having a continuous support by a doula, or just a support person? Maybe your aunt knows a lot about birth, or your cousin or your mom, and they can be that support person for you. Maybe you don't want to hire a doula, but just having that extra person that's educated in the birth world is very helpful. So it says here that research found that overall, people who have continuous support during childbirth they experience 25% decrease in the risk of cesarean, 8% increase in the likelihood of spontaneous vaginal birth instead of a C-section, 10% decrease in the use of medication for pain relief, 41 minutes on average on a shorter labor, 38% decrease in the baby's risk of low 5-minute APGAR score. So if you don't know what an APGAR score is they check 5 things. They check the activity of the baby, they check the appearance, so the color of the baby, the reflex of the baby, the respiratory of the baby, and the heart rate of the baby. So out of 10, they check what that number is. They have a whole scale. So having a doula helps with that. Helps that number be better by 38%. 31% decrease in the risk of being dissatisfied with the birth experience. So these are all great things that come with having a doula based off of research alone. Like I said, the value of a doula is how you perceive it as well. If you know that you will benefit from a doula, then I say go for it. If you don't think you'll benefit from a doula, then that's on you. It's all the preference of the laboring person, and also the partner. The partner has to be on board as well. If you have decided to hire a doula, how do you hire one? The first thing you can do is go on doulamatch.net. I'll link that below as well. And you can see how much doulas are charging in your area. It all depends on their experience and your location. There's so many different factors on how much the prices will change. What I have seen in the Los Angeles area is that new doulas, like very, very new, charge anywhere from $300 to $800, around there. And then there's doulas that charge, like a doula with a 1-year experience, she'll charge up to $1,500. Seasoned doulas, which mean anything after 3 years of experience, they can charge up to $3,500. And then professional doulas that have been in the game for so long can charge up to $5,000. And they put their price tag on it. But I truly think that it's worth it. If you find a doula that you really like and their price is really high, or you can't really afford it, it's a great investment. I suggest you talk to her about payment plan, or you ask her if she has a sliding scale. What is a sliding scale? Every doula has her price tag. depending on your income, she slides the scale, whether it's on the lower end or higher end, depending on your price range or your income. So you can ask a doula, hey, do you have a sliding scale because I am low income? You can ask these questions. Just shop around. Don't think that only because, hey, I don't have a lot of money, I can't afford a doula. If you cannot afford a doula whatsoever, you can try to reach out to nonprofit organizations like Joy in Birthing. I'll put that also in the description below. You can look up Joy in Birthing Foundation, and they are a nonprofit organization that help low-income families hire a doula for you. Sometimes you can donate like up to $100, or you can just do it. They'll do it for free, and they'll contact. I am one of their volunteers. They'll contact me, and there you go. If I'm available to take it, I'll go and do it. So that's how you can get a doula. If you really want a doula, if that's something your heart is for and you cannot afford it, I say try your all to find resources to pay for that doula, because it is so necessary sometimes. If you're afraid to advocate for yourself in the hospital, definitely hire a doula. So it's on you, but just know that you have options. On doulamatch.net, you will find doulas all over the city, or if you're watching this from a different state, you can find it in your local area, see how much they're charging, do interviews. You can I suggest doing interviews. I suggest doing more than 1 or 2 interviews, just so you can shop around on the personalities and on your preferences and see how they work, how many prenatal visits it comes with, postpartum visits it comes with, and it's all catered to you. Remember, we are working for you. We are servicing you. So we are interviewing you as much as you're interviewing us. And it's a connection. You want that connection with a doula. So I truly think it's worth it. Look into it. You can hire one even if you're a low income family. It's worth it. Everything I just said was mainly for birth doulas. Now, why should you hire a postpartum doula? The reason why I totally recommend having a postpartum doula is if you do not have a good support system at home. I know in the Latino community, we have grandma over, we have mom over, we have partner, we have cousins, we have friends. If you have all this support system behind your back, who's helping you with breastfeeding, who's helping you clean around the house, who's feeding you, who's making sure you stay in bed, especially after a C-section, if they're doing all these things, you do not need a postpartum doula. Maybe you just want one for more breastfeeding information, but you can hire a lactation consultant for that. So you don't really need a postpartum doula. But if you're someone who, one, you don't have a partner, or you don't have that extra family visiting you, or you don't know anything about babies, or no one around you knows anything about babies, or maybe you have to go back to work and you just need someone there when you do get back from work and you just need to rest, things like that. That's when you definitely need a postpartum doula. A postpartum doula will be there to help you get some rest, to help you with some newborn care, help you around the house if you need laundry being done, if you just need a nice hot meal, if you just need to put your feet up or take a shower. Postpartum doulas help with teaching you, in a sense, how to transition into parenthood, and we help you with basic breastfeeding knowledge, because we are not lactation consultants. If there's a medical reason why you might need a lactation consultant, we will refer you out. And let's say if baby blues come or postpartum depression seems like it's creeping up, we can kind of spot that, and we can also send you to a recommended therapist, or we can recommend certain things like journaling or meditation or anything like that that we know will work for you. So we can spot these things for you, especially in such an important transition in your life. You just went from being single by yourself, even with a partner, but single, and now being introduced to this little thing that, you learn so much about bringing them into this world, but so little about how to take care of them. So that's what we're there for. We're there for all the above. And if you know that you don't have that good support system with you, that's what we're there for. That's what we get paid for. Again, you can hire one through doulamatch.net. There's different rates, anywhere from $20 to $50 an hour. It is by hour. Some doulas will come and see you for 2 hours a day or 4 hours a day. Some of them have specific contracts on, you have to sign a contract for 2 to 4 weeks or 6 weeks minimum. So you can shop around and see what works for you. How long do you need a doula? How many hours a day do you need a doula? Do you want them full-time, part-time? For how long? Usually doulas work up to newborn all the way to 7 weeks. That's when we stop, because after 7 weeks you want a nanny. That's what you want. You want a nanny, you want a babysitter. That's fine, that's what you need. Depending on what you need, you let us know and we will accommodate. Those are some things that will benefit you for having a doula, postpartum doula. When I asked if anybody had any questions on this subject, my friend Amber asked, who has inspired you the most in your doula journey? Not sure if that's relevant to the importance of a doula, but I'll still answer it. Who has inspired you the most? Honestly, I think my community has inspired me more. And what I mean by my community, because I say that word a lot in my podcast, is my followers and the people I follow, because they're in my community, they're around me, they're the posts I see. So you guys who have been supporting me, who have been asking questions, who have been resharing my stuff, who have been even liking my stuff, you guys have inspired me throughout my journey, because in the beginning I did it for me, to fulfill my needs, because I'm a person that has dreamt of being present in labors. I've dreamt of working with pregnant women, and once I became a doula, I fulfilled that need. So I never really had a why. And something that has given me my why is you guys. When I found out that you guys didn't know any of the stuff that I'm putting out there, or the little preparation you guys had for the labors, or the traumatic experience that you guys have shared with me, or the questions that you have asked me, that I'm like, wow, the hospital doesn't tell you that? Their providers don't tell you that? So you guys have really inspired me to do more in this doula journey, to reach out more. And that's why I truly appreciate when you guys participate in my questionnaires and comment, or just give me any type of feedback, because that's the only way I'm going to get better at this. And it's what has gotten me to do this podcast, that's gotten me to do this, whole social media binge stuff. So thank you to all of you who have inspired me. Now that I went over why I think it's valuable to have a doula, and why research finds it valuable to have a doula, let me know if you have ever had a doula, or why you might think having a doula would be valuable. I would like to know your feedback. Thank you to those who asked me to answer this question. Thank you for those who have participated and watched my channel. I love you guys. And on the next episode, I'm probably going to be discussing my pregnancy journey. I think that one is next. But if you have any questions, or you want me to cover a subject, let me know. I do want to get a little bit more personal, so that's why I'm deciding to do the pregnancy journey next. And I'll also be almost 8 months, so I think it's a great time to let you guys in on that. If you guys like today's information, please comment, please like, subscribe, share, retweet, whatever the case may be. I know some of you guys are subscribed already, and that's why you're watching this and you get that little ping. So I appreciate you so much. You don't understand how much it means to me that you guys want to hear this information. It like makes my whole day. Share this, whatever, rewatch it or re-listen to it if you're driving in the car or you're walking or working out. Thank you for allowing me to be in your ear and sharing information that I have. So I hope you guys like this. I love you guys all.